on to some award predictions for the 2025 season. Starting at the top with the league MVP. Last season, it was Josh Allen. Although he had an incredible season, I feel like Lamar Jackson definitely got snubbed. He deserved to win the MVP last season, which is why I got him winning it this year. Maybe it was voters' fatigue because there's literally no reason why Josh Allen should have won the MVP last season over Lamar Jackson. The only thing I can think of is voters' fatigue. That's it. Maybe they tired of Lamar Jackson winning MVP. He's a regular season god. Now, playoffs, that's a different story, but we just talking about regular season. MVP last year was Josh Allen. This year, I think it's going to be Lamar Jackson. He's going to have a hell of a season. Offensive Player of the Year. Last year, it was Saquon Barkley, of course. The runner-up to him was Jamar Chase, who probably had a better case to win it with the Triple Crown, but obviously they're winning not only the scoring title or the rushing title, but rushing for over 2 racks, becoming like the 8th or the 9th running back to do so. And I think, to be honest with you, less players have won the Triple Crown as a wide receiver than running backs have rushed for 2,000 yards. I personally think Jamar Chase should have got it. Y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all think. But Saquon won Offensive Player of the Year last year. I think this year is going to be Baker Mayfield. They added a rookie who is going to take over this Chris Godwin role out of the slot. Mike Evans is still there. They got all the offensive weapons that they need. Offensive line is intact, and it's one of the better offensive lines in the league. Bucky Irvin looks to take a developmental leap into this season. But I think Baker Mayfield can complete 70% of his passes, right? I think Baker Mayfield can throw for 46, 47, 4,800 yards. And I think Baker Mayfield can also throw for 35-plus touchdowns. It's very possible. He almost hit those numbers last season. So, Offensive Player of the Year, Saquon Barkley was it last year. I believe it's going to be Baker Mayfield this year. Defensive Player of the Year was won by Patrick Surtain last year. He had an incredible year. It's not even close. He's not only the best corner, but arguably the best defensive player in the league. This season, I think, is going to be Aiden Hutchinson. Listen, we know what we like to say about guys coming off an injury. I got to wait and see. I want to see what he looked like first. You know, he did more rehabbing than he did actually working to improve his game. All of that. Football is a simple game. It's not going to require too much of Aiden Hutchinson to come out here and rack up 20 sacks. I'm telling you. Before he got hurt, he was on pace to run away with the Defensive Player of the Year award last year. I don't think he gets hurt 2 years in a row. And as he's ascending into dominance, this year is going to be the year he shows everybody what he was supposed to show everybody last season. As an individual player, Aiden Hutchinson's probably going to rack up somewhere close to 20 sacks. Mark my words. Rookie of the Year, we got Cam Ward, right? I just think the number 1 pick, he's the best prospect, obviously, coming out of college. He's not I don't want to say he's in a bad situation because at least he's got somebody to throw the ball to, right? I love me some Calvin Ridley. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I love me some Calvin Ridley. And a lot of these quarterbacks that's drafted first overall, they come to terrible situations, throwing to me, you, and your uncle. Uncle Larry out here running routes for the number 1 pick. But that's not Cam Ward's situation, right? So I like Cam Ward. I think it's what's understood don't need to be explained. I like Cam Ward for Rookie of the Year. Comeback Player of the Year, I got Aiden Hutchinson winning that award, right? Defensive players don't primarily win this award. The last defensive player to win Comeback Player of the Year was 2015. But like I said, what's understood don't need to be explained. The man had a gruesome injury last year, and he's going to come back with vengeance. I know he's been feeling like and it happened early. That's what gives me this confidence to speak on Aiden Hutchinson the way that I am. It happened early, so I'm not worried about him having to get acclimated to football again and all of that. The position he plays doesn't require acclimation. He's going to come out here and be exactly who he is as a human being, and that's a force of nature. Comeback Player of the Year next year will be Aiden Hutchinson of the Detroit Lions. Coach of the year, I'm gonna have to give it to Jim Harbaugh. He's already changing the entire dynamic for the LA Chargers. I love me some Harbaugh. Both of the brothers are magnificent head coaches. Jim came in and changed life, turned a 5-12 team into an 11-6 team immediately with barely any changes, right? Just him. So now we got another year. They've made a couple of acquisitions in the offseason. Tried to bolster this offensive line. We're gonna see how that works out. Omarion Hampton in the backfield, who I hope gets 300 carries in this offense. They like to run the ball in this offense, right? They like to establish the run. Keenan Allen is back. Lab McConkey, I love what I see out of him. You know, he's a little bit banged up right now, but he should be ready for week 1. So I could see LA Chargers in a tough division. They do have a tough division. They do got a tough-ass division. But I could see them winning 11 or 12 games this season, if not what they did last year, a little bit better than what they did last year. So those are my award predictions. Lamar Jackson for MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Baker Mayfield, Defensive Player of the Year, Aiden Hutchinson, Rookie of the Year, Cam Ward, Comeback Player of the Year, Aiden Hutchinson, Coach of the Year, Jim Harbaugh. I got Aiden Hutchinson winning 2 of those awards.